everything gets better with time. Phones used to just make calls, now they're tiny little supercomputers sitting inside your pocket. TVs used to be fat little boxes, now they're paper thin and 4K. Cars get faster and safer every single year. Newer is just better. That's how it works. But what about motorcycles? So to figure it out, I have collected one of the best motorcycles to start on brand new, which is that green Kawasaki Ninja 500 over there. And I'm going to compare it to one of the most goated motorcycles to start on in history, which is this yellow motorcycle right here that I will reveal to you later in the video. Now, these two bikes are about 15 years apart, but somehow cost almost the exact same. Everybody would assume the newer bike is just going to be better, but that's exactly what we're going to find out today. Is newer actually better? Let's find out. Guys, welcome to our show OnTwoGarage, where we do deep dive videos on motorcycles that we are giving away. And since I am standing behind this green Ninja, that should tell you we are currently giving away this 2025 Kawasaki Ninja 500, an absolutely stellar beginner motorcycle. If you guys want to support this content and potentially win this exact motorcycle, just go to OnTwoGarage.com. We'll have a link in the description down below. This is our 10th season of making content for you guys and giving the bike away. If you guys want to support it, it's the only way we're able to financially do these videos that we make for you guys. So the support we get over there means absolutely everything. And you didn't hear it from me, but there are free ways to enter on the website. And if you're local to Marietta, Georgia, you can come over here to Wow Motorcycles, go inside and ask them how you can win the Ninja 500, and they will tell you all the ways you can win totally for free. But with all that being said, let's get into the video.
All right, so for section one, money, because this is where old bikes throw their first punch. Here's the thing nobody tells new riders. You buy a brand new bike and the second you ride it off the lot, it loses a big chunk of value. It's actually called depreciation, and on an older used bike, that's already happened years ago. So your money's actually safer on the used one. There's just not as far left for it to fall. Another nice thing is these older bikes usually come with a few scuffs already, a little bit of cosmetic stuff. And I'm gonna be honest with you, that's a good thing because you're probably gonna drop your first bike. Everybody does at least once. On a brand new bike, that hurts. On a bike that's already got a little bit of character to it, who cares? That damage is kind of built in. Older bikes in this beginner class are so underrated. I'm talking clean, running, ready to ride bikes for like $2, maybe $3 grand. Go try and touch anything brand new for that same amount. But cheap doesn't mean boring, because I went and got my hands on one of the most goated older beginner bikes there is. And the way this thing actually rides, that's where it gets really interesting.
Alrighty guys, it's time to reveal the bike that I've been teasing, and the bike is a 2002 Suzuki SV650. And guys, I owe Wow a huge thanks for this motorcycle. They went out and found the cleanest yellow SV650 that they could find and literally bought it just so I could ride this thing around during the summertime. And this was all their idea, so I really appreciate Wow for doing this. The reason this bike is very special to me specifically is because it is very close to my actual first motorcycle that I conveniently bought from Wow at least, 17 years ago? I bought a 2005 SV650 yellow just like this, and since we're doing all of this OnTwoGarage content on a beginner motorcycle, our Ninja 500, Wow figured why not remind me what my first motorcycle was like back in the day. So huge props to them for finding this motorcycle and allowing me to ride it around all summer long. It's crazy to think that my entire motorcycle journey started from a bike very similar to this one. And then jumping back on this thing, the first thing that jumps out to me is character. Now, the SV650 is a V-twin, so it's got that lumpy, torquey, alive feeling that motorcycles these days just don't really have. And then there's the throttle. Not only will that throttle teach you a lesson, but that transmission will as well. This does not have a slipper clutch, so if you don't rev match correctly when you downshift, you are going to feel it. the bike is just gonna buck around and shake and make you feel terrified the first time that happens. On a positive note, when you do get that rev matching correct, this feels absolutely golden, and you actually get rewarded with that feeling when you're riding correctly. Now, if we jump over to the Ninja, this has an assisted slipper clutch, which essentially is going to make the entire situation, even though I don't rev match correctly, way smoother. Even though I didn't rev match at all, that was an extremely smooth experience going from way low of a gear to way high of a gear, but I didn't feel any of that. Also, it makes your clutch lever way lighter.
And that's really the whole story between these two. The SV is character, it makes you learn. The Ninja is forgiveness, it smooths it over. Neither one's necessarily wrong. You can think of these two bikes as getting parented by different adults. The SV's like your dad. He's gonna teach you stuff by letting you get yourself into trouble, and you are gonna learn your lesson. The Ninja 500 is like your mom. She wants you to learn the same lesson, but she's gonna hold your hand while you learn it just to keep you safe.
But that forgiveness leads us directly into what's in these motorcycles that are actually gonna keep you safe out here, and that is where things flip.
So let's talk about safety, because this is where the newer bikes genuinely pull ahead, and it's something a beginner needs to take super seriously.
One of the big ones is traction control, and what it basically does is it helps maintain traction on your rear tire when you're accelerating, and boy, do I wish I had this on my first motorcycle. I have a little bit of a scary story to tell you guys. So it was the first winter that I was riding. It was really late at night, and I was riding home from a late shift at the bar. I did not have the correct winter gear on, and I was on my SV650. I was at a red light on an overpass over the highway. I was just trying to get home. I was exhausted, and as the light turned green, I started giving it revs and slowly letting the clutch out, or I thought I was. My hands were so cold at the time that I thought I was releasing the clutch, but my fingers actually were not moving, but I was giving it throttle still. Then I noticed that my clutch wasn't being released, and I kind of just like pressed my fingers to go forward. Then I was not thinking, I was continuously giving it throttle throughout this entire time. It probably didn't take a long time, but it doesn't take a long time for something crazy like this to happen. When my fingers released, I released the clutch the entire way, and the bike grabbed so much traction that all I remember is seeing the front of the motorcycle go straight up in the air. Now, to this day, I have no idea how I didn't fall off the back of the motorcycle. Basically, I panicked, let go of the throttle, and the bike came slamming down. I didn't drop it or anything like that, but it was that moment that I realized how important electronics are on a motorcycle when you're in adverse conditions. Now, had I had traction control, when my fingers finally released, the rear tire would have slid a little bit before it caught traction and wheelied. That traction control would have noticed that and cut the power of the motorcycle, and no wheelie would have happened at all. That is one big reason to get new, because older motorcycles, traction control just was not as big of a thing back in the day, whereas now, even smaller CC motorcycles can sometimes come with traction control.
And then there's ABS, which stands for anti-lock brakes. And at this point, it's kind of just expected, and for newer riders who panic grab that front brake, it matters. For those that don't know, if you look at your motorcycle and see these little discs near the center of your front and rear wheel, then the bike has ABS. What it does is prevent the wheel from locking up if you were to quickly grab the brakes and squeeze them really hard. Instead of just locking up and losing all traction, they detect the wheel locking up and then pulsate the wheel to help regain traction. This comes in handy when you're riding in less than ideal conditions like rain, where the road is really slippery. Now, I gotta be straight with you guys, because this is the whole point of this channel. Neither one of these bikes has traction control, and neither one has ABS. The new Ninja can be optioned with it. This isn't one of those though, and the old SV never had any of it. So I'm not gonna be demonstrating this today. I'm telling you about it as a thing to shop for. Because here's the trap. New does not automatically mean has all the safety stuff. Even this brand new Ninja proves that. You actually gotta look, so don't just assume. And that's the real question, isn't it? If an older bike might actually be the move, where do you even find one? All right, so you're sold, you want to look at older bikes too. Obviously, if you do want a newer bike, you just go to your local dealership. But if you're looking to avoid that massive depreciation we talked about earlier, we got to look for used bikes. And the question becomes, where do you actually find them? Now, the first one's easy. Wow Motorcycles, right here in Marietta. They've got used bikes like this all over the floor. And a bonus, if you swing by in person, you can grab a Wow Pass, and that gets you 5 entries to the giveaway just for showing up in person. And if you buy some gear, that's 25 more. Now, you can also go to your local dealers. A lot of times they'll have used bikes for sale that other riders have traded in to get a different motorcycle. Another place a load of people actually find these older bikes is in online marketplaces like Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist. That's the real world hunting ground. You just got to know what you're looking at now, which is the whole reason we made this video.
So the question is getting a newer bike actually better? And after all of this, the answer is not really. It's kind of a trade-off. If you go with a newer bike, you're going to get an easier overall bike to ride. Plus, you're going to have some bikes with the option of having those electronic rider aids that are going to make your riding actually safer. But it's generally going to be a little more expensive. Now, if you go with the older motorcycle, you're going to have a lot more character in your ride, and it's actually going to teach you to ride a lot better, and generally, they're going to come at a much better bargain because they've already got that depreciation hit. At the end of the day, the whole point of this video is to help you guys understand, don't just look at those top 3 beginner bikes that everybody talks about. Open up your horizons, because there are some older motorcycles that are still absolutely fantastic and a great motorcycle to start on. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button and consider checking out OnTwoGarage.com and entering our giveaway to win our Ninja 500 or whatever bike we're giving away at the time. It goes a long way to helping us make this content for you guys. At the end of the day, I don't care what you guys are riding on. As long as you're on 2 wheels, you're good with me. I'll see you guys on the next one. Later.